How is compassion the exit door from the matrix? Compassion is the key to letting people out of the cage of the madness of our egos. And compassion we show to others blows back across our own lives, opening the pathways to our dreams' expansion. It's funny, but investigating ourselves leads to escaping ourselves, and concentrating on others leads to being wrapped in the self like a lead blanket. Investigating ourselves, observing our thoughts, and breaking down our egos to find Christ consciousness in the present moment beyond a chattering mind, understanding that the origin of all the supposed attacks from others or perceived slights or lashing outs come from spiritual attack that they're facing. And so all offensive action from the outside aimed at us isn't personal in nature, but rather symptomatic of principalities attacking them and thus attacking us through them. This understanding is how we remove the personal and emotional nature of our response. An emotional response from us is like stepping into a spiritual bear trap. We become mired in the situation. Our energy dissolves into it. Our heads spin out of control with obsession, and the emotion of anger swallows our time like a pack of starving wolves finding a carcass on the highway to hell. But in seeing the reality that whatever attack is coming at us from the outside is spiritual in nature and nothing personal, we can find compassion even within the onslaught. That's why compassion is our exit out of the matrix. Our response can then be to pray for them, to love our enemy as it were, and to do so authentically, maintaining a peaceful mind where all our energetic resources remain within, and from there we can hang on to our creative momentum, all that energy. What can we do with it? Think of all that time you spend bickering if you were writing the great American novel or composing your version of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Instead, wow, the train of our life keeps zooming down the tracks, and the spiritual bandits which have attempted to derail us are left holding the bag of outrage that was intended for us. This is ninja-level spiritual warfare, but it's also seeing reality for what it is. Peace is essential for expanding into our potential. By expanding into our potential, we become warriors of light. Yeehaw! In the realization of our dreams, we are engaging in spiritual warfare on a multitude of levels. The first battle is the limiting beliefs we have about ourselves. Fear and worry, depression, anxiety, addiction, and all the distractions. There are so many of them that are within us, like a cacophony of madness which we have to overcome. Seeing all the thoughts that keep us scattered for what they are, demonic strongholds, to be exposed through the light of investigation, observation, and to allow them to pass through like people in a train station on the way to haunting someone else. Goodbye, thank you, go haunt someone else. Getting in the habit of observing our inner workings and identifying as the witness of it, to stop believing the lies raging in our minds and letting go of anger which keeps the negative chatter on full blast. From the plateau of awareness we can create, we can dream, we have space to play, and we feel the love and peace of God where our faith is restored. Our genius arrives at the other side of a limited self-identity. Our genius arrives in the space of no self. Compassion keeps us from falling into the demonic strongholds of others after we've overcome our own. This is why compassion is the key. It's a spiritual sword in the ninja level spiritual warfare, this compassion stuff, and we used to think it was just for hippies. It's funny how much like the Matrix all this actually is, because we are in fact escaping an illusionary world that is attempting to trap us and usurp our energy at every turn. It's exactly that. And to frame it like a game is helpful because anger and outrage are tempting, especially when our ego has been wounded. How dare you? But the same forces which are attempting to get our egos to muscle up into outrage and keep us oppressed become flipped into forces of freedom if we are willing to override our wounded egos and allow them to die the death of 1,000 cuts. But this is only possible if we know that our ego isn't us, and that our true and powerful identity is no identity at all. Who am I? I don't know. I'm nobody. But with our spirit beyond our ego, which is filled with the love and endless compassion of God. And so to frame it like a game or the Matrix keeps it fun. I'm not claiming anything like perfection in this practice at all, please. But I've tried it and succeeded in my own life, and the times when I've pulled it off feel like I won a video game, or that I graduated to another level in that game. It keeps it light, and keeping it light keeps the light. Keeping it light keeps the light. The reaction from whoever brought the demonic influence into the situation is often profound as well. Compassion is powerful. It can help transform them. You can then help them slay their own demons that you didn't take personal, and often further illustrates the illusionary aspect of the whole damn thing. Just like the demons were never you, the demons were never them either. So our compassion isn't for the demons or the offending spirits, but by showing compassion to the offending person, we are showing compassion to the truth of who they actually are, and in doing that, we are destroying the demons within, whereas anger would only build them up, see? We're on target, that means. It's a funny kind of victory, because the only way to beat the devil is by inviting God on the battlefield, which means we have to get out of the way, and we do that through the escape valve called compassion. Yes. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tell me if you think compassion is important, how you use compassion when your anger starts surging, and how you view all that. Peace and love.